Welcome back to Savannas, Whitefield, Manchester, for the final quarter-final of this latest Taom Shootout Series pool event. We've had a brilliant day, and we've got three men waiting in the wings for their semi-final. So let's find out who is going to complete the lineup. Introducing a real class act and one of the best players in the game, a Premier League champion. It's Mr. Manchester. And Mark's opponent's a really impressive winner earlier on in the last 16 against Rob Ward. He is money-making, Craig Lakin.
So the last of the quarterfinals is Mark Boyle, current Premier League champion, against Craig Lakin, one of the players that his natural style really suits this shootout, and expected big things from him this for a while, but he hasn't quite done it. And to be fair, neither has Mark Boyle, although he has only played in the last couple of these. But he was really, really good in his first match, Mark Boyle. Probably the most impressive of anybody in the last 16. If he can continue that, I think Craig Lakin's in trouble.
Oh, not a million miles away, was he?
Nearly a black off the break, no, but it's a dry break. Craig will have a lot of support here. He's a really popular guy, and it's one of those players that's just sort of capable of blitzing anybody. He's got quite a fast, free-flowing style, very attacking. You see here straight away, straight into his bad area. Great shot, wonderful. Superb shot from Craig Lakin. All of a sudden, the tricky clearance now looks easy.
How about this for a start?
Only a minute and 10 seconds on the board. He's just underhit that. He's underhit that by a good foot, but can stun off and on and off the side cushion. If he makes this,
shouldn't have been this difficult, but
wow,
shot. Right in the middle. How about the white
shot? Slightly awkward cue in here, but expecting to get this.
Great start from money-making Craig Lakin. How confident was that?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Magic, Mark Boyle.
Nothing down, return the favour.
I'm not sure how all those, including the white, stayed out.
Yeah, he hit them well, but a dry break from Mark Boyle. And now a dry break from Craig Lakin, and it's Mark at the table. It's all about the route that he's going to take here. I think he's already figured out in his own mind. We're going to take the 3 on the left-hand side of the table now, and then find a way back up. Oh, that's no good. It's no good. He wanted to stun into that sort of full ball. I think he's snookered. Full ball snookered Mark Boyle.
Yeah, he is. Not sure how he let that happen.
He's trying to just rest up behind this. If he gets this right, he could snooker Craig Lakin back, but he hasn't.
Wrong.
He's left it short.
A very uncharacteristically sloppy start from Mark.
I think he only made one mistake in his entire match.
Oh, he was brilliant this afternoon.
First up, I think he was the pick of the round. He was the best player in that last 16, and the one that he did miss wasn't an easy shot, but a bad mistake there from Mark Boyle. And Craig Lakin's back in. Take a little bit of figuring out, but they're all there. Clever. I like this. It wasn't too obvious until you've seen the way he's panned out, but he's come across side table so he can take the 2 that he's going to take now, so that he can leave this one over the corner pocket until last and play on the black into the middle pocket. It's a really clever way of going about this finish, and it's your very best players that can think so quickly to figure that out. Others would have taken a different order, gone about in a different way. Might see Craig just go cushion first here as well. Just bring the white out the left-hand side of the table. Just stunned up. I thought he could have played that slightly differently, but he should be fine.
Roll it into the middle or corner if you prefer. Middle it is. No bother. He'll spring out of his seat thinking, right, you've had 2, you're not having another one.
Needs a ball off the break. Desperately needs a ball off the break. Plenty of time left in the match, still 24 minutes. White almost in, but
Yellow top left, almost followed by the white.
wow, look at these reds. At this level, you've got to say these are 95 out of 100 for somebody of Mark's class.
I think I'd even fancy reds, and I'm rubbish. One of the things I like about Mark Boyle, okay, he's gone 2-0 down in first 7 minutes. Never any danger of any panic there.
No, and I think that's one of the things that is common amongst tournament winners. It's that ability to not panic when you do go behind in a match, when you're not playing your best, when you do make a mistake. Because winning a tournament, I say it all the time, there's lots and lots of people that can beat a top player and play really well in a one-off match, but what separates most of them from somebody like Mark Boyle is Mark Boyle will do it 9 matches out of 10. It's the consistency, and his temperament's pretty much second to none.
These arrears are poised to be halved in no time at all. Got the break, got the spread, got the head down, got the job done. And Boyle's on the board. Someone needs to wake the DJ up. Where's my music, he says. What's going on?
Where is my song? Straight in off from Craig Lakin. That's poor. That's poor, and you see he's just turned away in disgust because that was driver error, so to speak. It didn't get kicked in off. It wasn't unlucky. Bit of top spin and it went straight into that middle pocket. He's really disappointed with himself. The problem is, I think, whether Mark has to take reds or yellows, I'd fancy him to get both.
Well, he screwed right into that middle area. Two 0 down after 8 minutes. 2 minutes later, he'll be feeling pretty confident about being 2-2.
Yeah, he's got that determined look about him, but to be honest, he always has that. So what, going in the middle pocket, he's okay.
I think it should have been that close, but he's fine.
No, he's just run a little bit out of position there, because if he takes the yellow into the middle, the white, he's going to be losing the cue ball, I think. I don't think he's going to be able to hold. If he takes the yellow into the bottom right corner, which he's doing, he's going to have to jack up, and makes this a little bit more difficult.
Played it well. There. He got a nice cannon as well.
Yeah, it's tricky now. You see, he's just having a study. Which ball do I take next? Which ball do I leave till last? He's taking a more difficult pot.
I think he has to.
Yep. It's a great shot, though.
Yeah, he didn't make it look difficult, did he?
No. Well, that's disastrous.
Yeah, he overcut that by some distance.
Disastrous, and it's important when you play the plants. You need to know what your margin of error is, and he's potted that thick, or thin, should I say? If he'd have potted it thick, the yellow would have been on this bottom side cushion.
Oh, he's still cut it in.
Oh, he's still cut it in. That's a great shot.
But he's lost the white.
He's lost the white, and that's sort of two mistakes now from Mark Boyle, and the ref's going to have to take a close look at this.
Well, he's going to be in trouble after this shot, I think.
He's looking at taking the black into the middle, I think.
The double cut back.
Going to play this with a bit of bottom to... Oh.
Was that a foul? Was it okay?
I think that was really, really close. I'm not sure.
He's asking. The referee's saying that looked all right to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, it's a foul. Well, he did overcut it, so it was always going to be close.
Okay.
This should be 3-1 now.
Should be. I think he's going to go up table pretty soon, maybe now. And he is, to take this. Red doesn't want no angle, so I think that red's, maybe it's just away from the cushion. This should have been a bit easier than this, but it's such a good single ball potter, it should be fine. He's played that to perfection. It's a great shot from Craig Lakin. It's looking like 3-1.
Yeah, big moment that. Mark would have been very confident about levelling at 2-2. Instead, it's a two-frame deficit again at 3-1.
to in these short races against someone as good as Craig Lakin, if you're going to make two proper mistakes, well, twice he snookered himself, Mark Boyle. You can't really expect to be any better than 3-1 up, 3-1 down. Seeing this time, Craig Lakin has made a ball, and yellows and reds both look okay. Not absolute gimmies, but they're fairly easy, especially these. I think he's going to go reds.
My first glance is always, are there any impossible balls? If you see me, and there aren't.
No, anything on the cushion? No, they're all in the open.
Anything tied up by an opposite colour? No.
Nothing. It's be very surprised if Craig Lakin doesn't take a 4-1 lead, and with 3 up, with 3 to play, 4 to play. Oh wow!
15-second shot clock.
Wow, his tips just fell off. You are kidding me. You are kidding me.
Well, what's the procedure here?
Craig Lakin's tip has just fell off.
Has anybody got some glue? Craig Lakin's tips come off.
Well, I saw this happen in the is it the Shanghai Masters snooker that's going on at the moment? Neil Robertson, this happened to him earlier.
5 minutes for Craig Lakin to get
and he actually played on with a damaged tip.
Can someone get a cue out? Come on.
Wow. The 5-minute rule is now in operation, which is, long story short, Craig Lakin's tip's fallen off. He's got 5 minutes to either replace it, which surely isn't enough. You can't replace a tip in 5 minutes. It's not time for the glue to set or to shape or mould the tip, so surely he's just got to borrow a cue.
Yeah, you'd just think now he's just got to get on with it.
Yeah. Can't believe that. I mean, it's not like he's hit it hard. The tip must have been, I mean, it's just a plain ball roll into the middle pocket.
Oh, surely he's got to get through this match.
The tips fell off.
Wow, incredible. That's the setup. Well, we await to resolve this situation. Cole Bedford, a wild card. The Wales under-23 captain. And he's had a heck of a run today. Very impressive. 5-0 against Phil Craig. 5-2 against a real opponent in Cy Fitzsimmons. And Paddy McCarran, wow. Silencing the crowd to beat Keen Monaghan. And even more impressive in his opening round win, 5-0 against defending champion Liam Dunster. Jordan Shepherd, we've just seen, will be fancying adding this to his list of titles. He won the first event of this, and then the first 2 proper, so 3 if you like at the start. And then Liam Dunster took over. He's won the last 2. He's not an obstacle right now, so Jordan will be thinking, I can get myself another one here.
He'll be looking at this and thinking he is his to lose. You know, he's so comfortable with this format. He's so comfortable with this style of play, the atmosphere, just the whole setup. And he's a former winner. Nobody else in the tournament's ever won it. He's the only former winner left in it, so he'll be licking his lips here. And well, I think is, you know, the winner of this game, Mark Boyle or Craig Lakin, is going to be a real tough test for him. But you know, what do you expect? You're in the semi-finals. So just to update you, Craig Lakin there. He's looking around as I'm assuming he's looking to borrow a cue.
Oh, surely he's got to borrow a cue, get through this match, which he's big favourite to win, and then he's got time to get it sorted properly.
The thing is, as well, he's got 3 balls left to take a 4-1 lead,
with barely enough time to.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, for a start, if he gets another cue and doesn't make these last 3 balls in the black, that's going to fry his brain straight away. And then he's got to play the rest of the match with somebody else's cue. You can't replace a tip in 5 minutes. You just can't. What you can do is try and get through this match. If you can somehow get through this match, replace the tip in the meantime, you're going to have half an hour whilst the other semi-final goes on to bed that tip in, go on one of the outside arena tables, and
new tip or a cue.
and get yourself sorted,
Lead the
but
DJ very close.
far from ideal.
I can't even say
He's
it.
a funny guy there,
Dave,
Craig.
Dave
He'll
Patrick,
see the
Black
funny
lesbian.
side to this.
I can say
He'll be
that.
thinking, why me?
Well, he's thinking the only thing that's going to stop me is something like this.
Dave Patrick, Black
Literally,
lesbian.
I've never seen that before. I've seen people's tips come off, but normally after a shot, the break, I've seen people's tips come off after the break a couple of times, but not.
I think he's asking for another minute.
Gentlest of rolls.
Yeah, the shot that I was talking about, Neil Robertson in the snooker. I mean, I think he was playing into the yellow pocket and he was going for a deep screw, and he jumped, he leapt the white off the table. It went miles in the air, and he just scraped down, and half the tip came off.
But you can understand that, can't you? I mean, that there from Craig, it's mad.
Well, we're underway.
We're underway, and
So what's
yeah,
it? Is this a different cue?
It must be a different cue. Yeah, he didn't have that red thing on the bottom, the red tape on the bottom.
Is it Mick Folan he was talking to? Is he taking his cue?
Don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly a different cue. It'll be a different dimension, different height, you would have thought.
Well, it must be.
Different tip.
There's no way it's going to feel exactly like his cue does. No way. Well, but he's got these, and he's going to go 4-1 up. So whilst he's playing here, you'd like to think that somebody's putting a
.13 minutes, 4-1. One away from a place in the Taom Shootout Series semi-final here in Manchester. Whitefields.
He almost went straight in off again there, Craig Lakin, but he's made a ball. Last ball rolling, the red into the top left-hand corner pocket, and he's in. Not an easy finish, but they're there. One potential development shot in this bottom right-hand corner. That's if he needs to. I don't know if this... do you know what? I think that yellow in the bottom right-hand corner goes at the very bottom of the table, and if it does, this is quite an easy finish.
Four shots away from a place in the semis.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the drama of the tip falling off. Mark Boyle's made 2 mistakes. He hasn't made 6-7. He hasn't had an absolute hack, but he's made a couple of mistakes. But Craig Lakin's played really well, and he's punished him. He's taken his chances when he's got them, and he has done a job on Mark Boyle. Oh, is that?
He's not there yet.
No, he hasn't. No, he can definitely play the black into the right middle, but I don't know if he can get into the white enough, because if it doesn't go into the corner pocket, he'll have no choice. He obviously didn't. So he's got into it fine. He's got a fairly easy black into the middle for the match.
No risk of the foul. You can see the black well in front of the red, so a little cut into the pocket, off the cushion, and a big win against a big player. Craig Lakin, a 5-1 winner over Mark Boyle, and it's money-making Craig Lakin, completing the quarter-final lineup. And all 4 winners are from the bottom half of the draw. Craig Lakin through to play Jordan Shepherd in semi-final 2. Looking forward to that. He's got to try and get his cue sorted out first of all. with the tip going. And first up, after the break, it'll be our wild card. Cole Bedford, very, very impressed by him today against Paddy McCarron. Barely got any sleep last night, but he's been playing some good stuff, and he's produced 2 big performances to book his place in the semi-finals. And that's up next after this break.